started. Have a seat and let's get all tuned in to our bodies. So just finding that nice, straight aligned spine, shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Close your eyes, take a big inhale through the nose, big exhale through the mouth. Really feel into your body this morning, noticing all the parts that might feel a little stiff or tight, the parts that might feel really good already. Just notice the whole thing. And then let's start breathing a nice, deep, slow Ujjayi breath. And as you're listening to the sound of your breath, check in with thoughts, emotions, and energy. And then let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts and set our personal intention for practice this morning. Big inhale, big exhale. So today we're actually going to start on our hands and knees and do a couple of cat-cow stretches. We're going to be working on respiratory muscles, upper torso, shoulders, back, chest, sides of the waist, low back, so basically your torso. So cat-cow stretches are a great place to kind of test how your body's doing. Let's go ahead and take one more. And then you can just go ahead and turn toes under and press back into your first downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal the feet a little bit if you need to. And then just really lengthen your spine. And take a moment and check in with everything around neck, shoulders, chest, and back. So in downward facing dog, we try to do a little bit of broadening of the shoulders so that we're not compressing between the shoulder blades. We want space in the chest, space in the upper back, and space around the shoulders. That means your shoulders are not up by your ears. Let's go ahead and walk the feet forward, keeping the knees bent. Taking a couple of breaths, just hanging over the thighs in ragdoll. Pay attention to your breathing here. So as you exhale, you should feel how the weight of your head, which is around 8 pounds, I'm told, is drawing some length into your spine. On your next inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead, stretch up. And as you exhale, palms together in front of your heart. So as we stand here for a moment in Tadasana, go ahead and release your arms down by your sides. You're welcome to do a little more traditional by slightly rotating your palms forward. That allows the head of the shoulder to roll back, but you don't want to squeeze your shoulder blades together. There should be no compression. So as you find yourself coming into alignment here in Tadasana, what I'd like you to do is the center of your chest, lift it up towards the ceiling. Now you'll notice when you do that, the bottom part of your rib cage juts out. We don't want that. We want to keep the sternum lifted, but we want to tuck the bottom part of the rib cage back in. Core becomes engaged, and you should feel some space and breadth across the upper back. So in this position, everything in the torso should feel pretty spacious. That's what we're going to be continuing to work with today. Palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, go ahead and fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway, lengthen. And exhale back down. Let's go ahead and step back with the left foot. So you're in a right foot forward lunge. Just take a couple of breaths here. So in every pose that we're doing today, every asana, I want you to be mindful of feeling your entire torso. So in this lunge, some people like to just hang and drape. We don't want that. We want space in the chest. We want space in the back. Shoulders are far away from the ears, so there's no compression. That's kind of what we're working for. Go to drop your left knee down. I'm going to have you bring your hands to the top of the right thigh. Tilt your pelvis, lift your rib cage, let the hips move forward. Find your stretch on the front of the left hip. When you get that, take your left arm up into the air. So I want you to just kind of play with this. We're here for 4 more breaths, so you've got plenty of time. You're either going to lean back or lean to the right, or a combination of both, until you feel lots of opening on the entire left side of your body. Go ahead and bring that left hand down. Let's press against the inside of the right knee, rolling to the outside edge of the right foot, not neglecting our hips. Get that right hip to open up a little bit. And then fully extend your right leg to get into your right hamstring. And once you've achieved the sensation that you want in the back of your right thigh, I want you to bring your awareness back to your torso. So if you hunch around or squeeze your shoulders by your ears like you're trying to put your face on your shin, you're compressing in the torso. So shoulders are down the back. Maybe you can get the heart to move forward a little bit. So as much as possible, you want to maintain space in the torso. And part of the reason that that's so important, if it's not obvious, is because of breathing, right? Anytime that we compress in the torso, we limit our breath capacity. We want full breath capacity, as much space to inhale as possible. From here, we're going to step back to plank position. Hold your plank for a moment. Even in plank, you should feel the same thing. You should feel space across the upper back and the chest. So let's go ahead and just lower all the way down to the ground this first time. Let your big toes touch, heels open out. Forearms are out in front of you for a nice spine lengthening sphinx. Shoulders are down the back. Arms are pulling your torso forward. Now we're not really squeezing shoulder blades together because we've got our arms forward, right? It's not like a cobra. So there's lots of space in the torso, but we're lengthening low back here. Take one more breath. And then press into your second downward facing dog. And again, our focus, what we're really kind of tuning our attention to, is space in the upper torso. So just feel into that. And then we're going to take the left foot forward. Hold the lunge for a couple of breaths. Same thing here, just maintaining focus on upper torso. Being really mindful not to compress, particularly between neck and shoulders. And then we're going to drop the right knee down. Hands are going to come to the top of the left thigh. Tilt your pelvis back, lift the rib cage, hips move forward. Just like we did on the other side, we're going to take a moment and really make sure we have the sensation that we want on the front of the right hip. Then we're going to take just the right arm up and kind of dial it in. Maybe leaning back, maybe leaning to the left, maybe a combination of those two movements till we feel the entire right side of the torso opening. Bring your right hand down. Go ahead and use that left hand on the inside of the left knee to press the leg open a little bit, saying hello to your left hip. And of course, you should roll to the outside edge of your left foot. And then we're going to extend the left leg. Say hello to that left hamstring. And then once we get that sensation, we double check and make sure shoulders are not by the ears. Heart and back are open. So the chest and the back both. Nothing compressing here. And then step forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. And as you exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, back down. This time we're going to step back with the right foot. So you have a left foot forward lunge. If you need to modify, please feel free to drop your right knee down. You're welcome to do that. It'll just look like the first series that we did. Otherwise, if you can, let's go ahead and come on up into a high lunge. Bring the arms up and overhead. Let the hips sink. Find that place where you feel your right hip. And then we're going to do like we did when we were on our knee. Put your left hand on your left thigh and go ahead and kind of dial in some torso opening here. Leaning to the left or back. We're going to bring the right hand down to the mat. I want you to just rotate your left hand up towards the ceiling. You want to feel openness through the back and chest. Left hand comes down to the mat, gaze forward. Begin to straighten your left leg. Remember, it's okay if the leg doesn't go all the way straight. Once you get that hamstring stretch, what do? Make sure that the shoulders are away from the ears. And try and have space on chest and back. And then from here, we're going to step back to plank. Take the vinyasa of your choice. Modify if you need to. Amp it up if you need to. When you get your down dog, you know what to focus on, right? From here, we're going to take right foot forward. Again, it's fine to drop the knee if you need to modify. Otherwise, we're coming up into that high lunge. Find your balance, tuck the tailbone, let the hips drop. Left front hip is opening. Then we take right hand to right thigh and dial it in. Leaning back or to the right or both. Now we're going to bring the left hand down to the mat and rotate the right hand up towards the ceiling. Right hand's going to come down outside the right foot. Gaze forward if you can. Begin to straighten the right leg. Once you get your hamstring to say good morning, pull the shoulders down the back and try and keep chest and back open. From here, we're going to step forward to our standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. And as you exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So we're going to do a couple of side bends, opening up sides of the waist, using breath to really expand. But we're going to go in two phases. So same side, I'm not mirroring you this morning, so when I go to the right, that's that way for you guys. So if you can, your feet are together. If you feel unbalanced, you can step them a little bit apart, but don't take a wide stance on this. Right hand on right thigh, left arm reaches up. Once you get the left arm up, I want you to reach it up even higher. I want you to actually feel the shoulder blade lift. So there will be a tiny bit of compression between neck and shoulder on that left side, just a little. And you're gonna slide your right hand down your right thigh. I want you to breathe really deeply as though you're sending all of your air into your left lung. Now we're gonna take this deeper. Come on up. Just reach up with your right hand and grab your left wrist and pull on it. Maintain that tension as you push through your left foot and lean to the right again. So now you should really be feeling left side stretching. Use your breath. Come all the way up. Release your arms down. Roll your shoulders back. Now we're gonna put left hand on left thigh. Right arm reaches straight up. Then I want you to reach it even higher until you feel your shoulder blade lift. And then slide your left hand down your left leg, imagining that you can send all of your air into your right lung now. Now we're gonna come back up from this. Just reach your left hand up and grab your right wrist and pull on it. You're holding that tension, right? And you're pushing through your right foot. You're gonna lean to the left again. Now it should be much more interesting, and you should feel your breath expanding right side of the torso. Come all the way back up. Release the arms, roll your shoulders back. And then feet are together, palms are together at the front of the mat. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, look up halfway, lengthen. And exhale back down. You're gonna step back with your left foot. Spin the heel flat, adjust your feet as necessary. We are coming up into warrior one. So find that position where you can get your hips as close to forward as possible. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight, arms are up and overhead. And then just check in with your torso, right? Make sure you're not squeezing shoulders by ears. They're down the back. You have breadth across the upper back and across your chest. From here, we're going to bring the arms down. Palms are facing the floor. Your hands are in front of you. Your right arm is going to go under your left arm. It's the upper body position for Garudasana. Shoulders pull down, elbows lift and push forward. Lots of space in the upper back right now. If you can, finish off Garudasana by taking left thigh tightly over right, squeezing inner thighs, dropping the tailbone, lifting the heart. Unwind your left leg. Take it back where you got it. Warrior one with the arms up and overhead. Then we bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, and this time we are squeezing shoulder blades together. We're going to fold forward into humble warrior. Relax the neck, reach the arms up. Come all the way back up, arms are up and overhead. Back into the original warrior one, double checking torso. Chest, back, and shoulders are all open. It's easy to breathe deeply. And we take our hands to the mat and take a vinyasa. Double checking, lots of space in down dog. And then left foot forward, right foot flat, come on up, warrior one on the left. Making sure that you're aligned as much as your body allows you to be with your hips facing forward, right leg straight, left knee bent. Lots of space in the torso. We're gonna bring the hands in front of us, palms facing down. This time your left arm is on bottom, your right arm is on top. Garudasana arms. Shoulders pull down, elbows lift and push forward. Lots of space in the upper back right now. If you can, you finish off the pose by stepping right foot forward and taking it over that left leg. Tailbone drops, heart is lifting. Unwind your right leg, step it back, release the arms, warrior one. Interlace your fingers behind the back. Now we're opening the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and fold forward for humble warrior. Make sure your neck relaxes once you get where you're going. Keep your shoulder blades squeezed. Come all the way back up. Warrior one. Arms are up and overhead. You're double checking. Room in the upper back, room in the chest. Lots of air between your ears and your shoulders. And then we're going to take the hands to the mat and take our vinyasa. And you know what to do in your down dog. So from this downward facing dog, we're going to go ahead and drop down to the knees. Hopefully your body's a little bit warm right now. So we're just going to do some nice thoracic spine rotations. You're going to take your right hand behind your head. As you inhale, rotating right elbow as though it's going up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, right elbow comes down to touch left. Inhaling, right arm up. Exhaling, rotating. One more time, inhale, right arm up. And then exhale, rotate. Now what we're going to do is release the right arm. Inhale, take your right arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, scoop it all the way underneath, threading the needle. Keep left hand where it is, so you can kind of push and roll into the space behind your right shoulder blade. Now I want you to really focus on your breathing here. Breathe super deep into your right lung so that you feel the muscles around your right shoulder blade stretching. As we come out of this, you're going to take your left forearm across the front of the mat. Reach your right arm as far forward as possible while you pull your tailbone back. Rest your forehead on your left forearm and let that right armpit drop down towards the mat. So now you're kind of reversing. Opening up right side of the chest, right armpit. You might feel it a little bit in your lat. Take some deep breaths here. And then come back up onto hands and knees. Let's go ahead and take a vinyasa in between sides. We want to stay warm. So step into plank. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you come into upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale into down dog, double checking space. And you might feel a difference right now on the right side of your upper torso versus the left. That's a good thing because we worked the right already. And now we're going to do the left. Go ahead and drop down to your knees. Left hand is behind your head. As you inhale, left elbow towards ceiling. As you exhale, left elbow touches right. You're rotating. Inhaling, rotating up. Exhaling, rotating down. One more time. Inhale, rotate. And then exhale. Now, we're gonna take the hand off the back of the head, inhale, left arm up, and then exhale, scoop it all the way underneath and come to rest on that left arm. Use your right hand where it's at to push and roll into that left shoulder blade. And when you get that stretch, then you use your breath. Send all your breath to your left lung and feel those muscles around the shoulder blade expanding. As we come out of this, we're just gonna take the right forearm across the front of the mat, reach that left arm strongly forward, tailbone pulls back, forehead rests on the right forearm, let that left armpit drop down towards the mat. Now you're stretching out left side of the chest, left armpit, a little bit into that left lat. And come on out of that, step it back to plank. Let's take a vinyasa. So from this downward facing dog, we're just gonna move into a modified side plank to open up the heart a little bit more. To do so, you're gonna drop your right knee down, move your right foot out to the right like a kickstand or a tripod. Left heel just spins flat with your left leg straight, left arm towards the ceiling. And then if you can, and once you feel balanced, roll your chest open. So that left arm is kind of providing a little bit of leverage, palm faces up if possible. You're trying to get your sternum, the center of your chest, to face the ceiling, and you're breathing. You should feel this across your entire chest, the front of both shoulders. Bring it all back down. And we're just gonna switch to the other side, but I want you to turn your toes under and go into down dog first, lengthen. Now we'll move into it from our downward facing dog. Drop the left knee down. Kick the left foot out. Right foot spins flat with the right leg straight. Right hand reaches for the ceiling. And then you roll open. When you feel balanced, you let your body open. Right hand comes back down. Step it back to plank. Take a full-on vinyasa. Double checking that you've got plenty of space everywhere you need it in your downward facing dog. You can either walk or jump your feet forward to a standing forward bend. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. So we've already balanced in Garudasana, eagle pose, but we're gonna balance a little bit in just a basic tree pose, but allow our torsos to really expand. So I'd like you to stand on your right foot first. If you're having a balance challenged day, you can keep the ball of your left foot on the floor because you're gonna want both hands. So if you need to keep the foot on the floor, if you can, go ahead and bring your left foot up wherever you would like it onto your right leg and press the leg out. Now, what I want you to feel is that your right hip is engaged. Don't let that hip kick out. Keep it aligned. Interlace your fingers, but extend the index fingers up. And I want you to raise your arms up and overhead and reach, reach, reach until you feel your torso lengthening and stretching, and then breathe into that. So what you're doing with your hands right now is called Jupiter Mudra, and it is about expansion. We are expanding our lungs and our rib cage right now. 3 more deep breaths. Release the arms, release the leg. And we'll do the other side. So standing on your left foot. Again, just a reminder, if you need help with your balance this morning, ball of the right foot can stay on the ground. Otherwise, bring your right leg up wherever you need it. Keep your left hip engaged so that your torso and your legs are straight. Jupiter Mudra, arms come up and overhead, and you reach so you feel stretch through the torso, and then we breathe. And release. Roll your shoulders back. Feet together, palms together. Big inhale, reach the arms up and stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale and look up halfway. And exhale back down. You can either walk or jump back to plank and flow through your final vinyasa. Really maximize the opportunity in your downward facing dog, not only to lengthen the spine and stretch the hamstrings and calves, but to open up the torso. And then when you're ready, you can walk or jump your feet forward, have a seat. Coming into Dandasana. So you're gonna find your sit bones, extend your legs. Make sure the legs are active, meaning engaged. Hands are right beside your backside, so you have a straight spine. Shoulders are away from the ears, head is balanced on top of the spine. Just take a moment and check in with your entire body, your breath, your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy. And then bring your awareness back to your torso. Right here, we're gonna do a 3-part breath. Breathe low, low, low into your belly. Keep breathing into the middle rib cage. Keep breathing into the upper chest. And then exhale in reverse. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, extend yourself out over both legs. When you get where you're going, make sure that your shoulders are down, you are back. Take a couple of breaths here. And then come on up from that. We're going to keep the right leg straight. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Pardon me, lean out over your right leg. Same thing, shoulders should stay away from the ears. You know that, I'm sure. Now from here, wherever your right hand is, it's a great place for it to stay. Just gonna raise the body back up. Reach the left arm behind us. So basically we're trying to get everything parallel to the right leg. Pardon me. And then we're gonna bend the right elbow as though we're gonna take right armpit to right knee. I don't expect you to do that, but maybe you do. Pardon me. And then left arm stays parallel to the ground as it comes up and over left ear, right? So you're not trying to grab your foot, that makes the shoulder drop. I want you to keep your left arm in the air, push your left hip into the ground, try and keep torso rolled open, reach through left fingertips, push through left hip. You should feel a super deep stretch on the left side of your torso. Use your breath to expand even further. Let your left hand go ahead and come down to wherever your right hand was. Let it be on the outside of your right foot, ankle, or calf. Your right hand is going to come right beside your right hip, palm down. The first thing I'd like you to do is bend your left elbow, whether it's a little or a lot. You're pulling yourself forward, but you've got to bend the elbow and engage the left bicep to do this, even if it's a tiny bend. Push with your right hand now, twist, and look over right shoulder. And what you should feel is a stretch behind the left shoulder blade. Same thing, breathe in to expand even further. Come on up from that. Roll your shoulders back. And then just pick your left knee up, and we're going to come into a twist to the left. You can hug your right knee, or once your left hand is behind you, you're welcome to bring the right arm outside of the left knee. Try and have your spine straight as you rotate to the left. So what we want to feel here is compression in the midsection. But once you've achieved that sensation, I want you to check in with your upper torso. You should have space in the chest, space in the upper back, and space between your shoulders and ears. Rotate back around, let your left knee drop open, let your right foot meet your left foot. Hands behind you for a straight spine, press your knees out to the side and down towards the floor. Extend your left leg. Right foot can just snug to the inside of the left thigh. Go ahead and lean out over your left leg. Come up from that. Keep your left hand wherever it is. Right arm is going to reach behind you. So remember, we're just kind of trying to align ourselves with our left leg. Then we're going to bend the left elbow as though we're going to put our left armpit on the left knee. That right arm is going to stay parallel to the floor as it swings around so that the upper arm is by the right ear. That right hip is pressing into the mat. The right fingertips are reaching. We're trying to roll open. Right side should be feeling an amazing stretch, and we're breathing into it. We're going to take right hand to wherever left hand was. Make sure it's on the outside edge of your left foot or ankle. Left hand is by the left hip. Remember, you've got to bend the right elbow, engage your right bicep, push with your left hand as you twist and look over left shoulder. Now you should feel the stretch behind your right shoulder blade. Come on up from that and just pick your right knee up. And now we're going to twist to the right. Right hand is behind you. You're either hugging the right knee or bringing left elbow outside of it. Once you get into your rotation, double check, make sure you feel compression in the midsection and space in the upper back and chest. The shoulders are away from ears. Rotate around, let your right knee drop back open. Left foot meets right foot, feet slide way out in front of us, balls of the feet still touching, clasp your ankles. We're going both positions today. So if you can, be mindful of your spine, don't do anything that doesn't feel good. The first thing I'd like you to do is you're grabbing feet or ankles, lift your chest. Think about arching the back. Heart pulls forward, face is still up. You're not draping down, you're arching the back. 2 breaths. Now we round the back. If it feels okay. Now you're going to drop your head as though you're putting your forehead on your feet and let the upper back round. Come on up from that, extend the legs, and give them a good wiggle. And then we're gonna roll onto our backs. Hug the knees in, rock side to side. So the first thing we're gonna do is keep the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg all the way out onto the ground. And I want you to really hug the right knee deeply. This will stretch the right side of the low back. It's also good for intestinal health, by the way. If you can, go ahead and interlace your fingers over your right shin. Now, what I want you to do is keep your fingers strongly interlaced. Begin to push your right knee away from your torso. The first thing that happens is the arms go straight. Then we push a tiny bit more until the upper back lifts. Back of the head stays on the ground. You don't want to go so high that you're floating in space. You're just getting a nice, gentle, subtle upper back stretch, but your head and neck are supported. Go ahead and release back down, hugging your right knee in. And then you're just going to release your right arm out to the right with your palm facing up and twist yourself over to the left. If you need to make this a little bit gentler twist, you can bend both knees. I encourage you to use your left hand outside that right knee or thigh to use a little pressure in that area so that you can maybe get right shoulder blade off the ground so that you feel a little bit of stretch in the right side of the chest here. If it's okay with your neck, your head is turned to the right. On your next inhale, come on up. As you exhale, hug your right knee in. Bring your left knee up to meet it. You can rock if you want to. And then keep your left knee hugged in. Extend your right leg all the way out. Go ahead and interlace your fingers over that left shin or knee if you can. Pull it in pretty deeply. Remember, you're stretching left side of the low back, but you're also giving your internal organs a tiny massage here. Take one more breath. And then we start to press the left knee away from us. First, the arms go straight, and then a little more pressure allows the upper back to lift. Back of the head stays on the ground. Breathe into your upper back. It's a subtle stretch, but it's a nice one. Make sure your head is still supported. And then allow yourself to come all the way back down. Hug the left knee in again. And then we're just going to transition into our twist. Your left arm is going to open to the left, palm facing up. You're going to bring left leg across the body to the right. I suggest you use your right hand on your left knee or thigh so that you can get the left shoulder blade into the air a little bit. Remember, you're also welcome to bend both knees if that's better for you. And then your head should turn to the left. On your next inhale, come on back up. As you exhale, hug your left knee in. Bring your right knee up to meet it, rock side to side. And today, for your inversion, you may do whatever inverted pose makes you happy. So that could be bridge pose, plow, shoulder stand, headstand, handstand, hips on a block with the legs extended out, whatever makes you happy. You just want your abdominal organs higher than your heart or your heart higher than your head or both. And we're going to do this for 6 slow, deep breaths. Off you go. On your next exhale, come on out of whatever inversion you chose to be in. Hug your knees in, rock side to side. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Take a couple of breaths in a happy baby. Just explore the lower body. When you're ready, bring your feet to the mat. Allow the soles of the feet to come together and let your knees drop open. Bring your arms up and overhead. And just like we did in tree pose, we're coming into Jupiter Mudra. So you're going to interlace the fingers and extend the index fingers. So your thumbs basically are touching the floor. Your arms are over your head. The next time you inhale, I want you to strongly reach through the fingers, just like we did in tree pose, and press the knees towards the ground. You're going to hold this posture while you continue to breathe. Notice how you can feel your rib cage expand every time you breathe in. Notice also that there's an arch in the low back. On your next exhale, relax, unlace your fingers and bring your arms down below your shoulders with your palms facing up. Now you're going to take a deep breath in and press your low back into the mat. Notice how there's no longer any arch. We have a very flat, rounded back right now. Breathe here. And on your next exhale, release. You may begin to extend your legs, separate the feet, roll them in and out a little bit if you need to. Make sure your buns are soft. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Arms are below shoulders, palms are facing up. Notice right now you should have a lot of space between your shoulder blades and space in the chest. Space between the teeth. Relax the eyes closed. Soften your forehead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Completely relax your body. You're going to also let go of control of your breath here. So just let your body breathe for you. It's very good at that. The autonomic nervous system is amazing in that it will keep you alive in spite of yourself, right? So even when we're not thinking about our breathing, our body is breathing for us. And then without changing your breath, so don't try and lengthen it or control it. We've let go of control of the breath. I want you to just notice the movement in your torso. What we feel is just expansion and contraction has a lot of different elements involved. The diaphragm moves down, creates a vacuum in the lungs that draws air in. So we bring air into our lungs. The lungs inflate, and in order for that to happen, the muscles and skin have to be really elastic. Our ribs actually slightly spread apart to accommodate that. And then as that transfer of oxygen moves into the bloodstream and carbon dioxide moves out of the bloodstream and into the lungs, we begin to contract. The diaphragm moves back up into the upper chest cavity, so to speak. The lungs deflate, and the muscles and the skin, because they're elastic, they begin to contract and shrink back down to facilitate that exhale. All I want you to do for the next couple of minutes
is observe and experience the sensations of your breath. If your mind starts to wander away, please simply bring it back to the sensations of every inhale and exhale and how it affects your torso. Just notice how the rest of your body feels. This beautiful expansion and contraction in our torso is literally feeding the rest of our body with the oxygen that it needs. Our entire body benefits from each breath. Start to move your fingers and toes a little. Take back control of your breath by deepening it. And then on your next deep inhale, spread your fingers and toes. Exhale through the mouth, relax them. Deeper inhale, stretch through arms and legs. And exhale and relax. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side. And then press yourself up into sitting. And as you do come to sitting, find that nice, straight, aligned spine that you had at the beginning of class. Just take a moment and check in. Body, breath, mind, heart, energy. And then we're just going to do some spherical breathing or three-dimensional breathing. I want you to imagine that your torso is like a beach ball in that it can expand in all directions, right? So a lot of times we think of ourselves as breathing forward or up, but we can also breathe down and sideways and backwards, right? So if you think about a newborn baby, when they breathe, their entire torso expands and contracts. Our rib cage is designed to also expand and contract on the back side as well as the front, and we forget that a lot. So we're going to work with the whole thing. So I'd like you to just close your eyes, keep your spine aligned. Just begin to breathe into the lower abdomen, middle rib cage, upper chest. When you feel like your lungs are full, just pause for a moment, relax. Breathe into the armpits and side rib cage. Relax. Breathe into the mid and upper back. Relax. Breathe into your throat. And then slowly exhale through the nose until your lungs are empty. Then again, breathing in until you feel as though you're full. Pausing to relax, breathing in more. Relax. Breathe towards the back. Relax. Breathe into your armpits. Relax. Breathe into your throat. And exhale slowly. One more time. Let's go ahead and fill the lungs. Pause. Breathe into your lower belly. Pause. Breathe into the upper back. Pause. Rib cage. Pause. Throat. And exhale. Just let your breathing return to normal. And so these breaths that are occurring with or without our effort are what keeps us alive. Breath is life. The better you breathe, the better you live. Let's go ahead and bring palms together in front of the heart. Take a moment and check back in with your body right now. Feel your breath. It should have returned to a nice, gentle, even breath. Notice your thoughts and your emotions and your energy. Take a moment of gratitude for your breath. There have been so many breaths before this one. Hopefully there will be many breaths after. But for now, the only one we have is the one that we are breathing. Gratitude that our breath keeps us anchored to the present moment, keeps us in the now. Gratitude that our breath feeds every cell in the body with the oxygen it needs. Gratitude that our breath links us to each other and every other living thing on this planet. Gratitude that with each breath, we can feel connected to that which is larger than us. Take one more huge inhale. Soft sigh through the mouth. Palms to the forehead, just reminding us to be present, and we know our breath can keep us there. Palms to the lips, reminding us to speak our truth, and palms to the heart, reminding us to keep our hearts open, to always be kind, compassionate, and unconditionally loving. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.